Hallelujah. My name is Victor Olaure. Do you all remember the case that we posted some few days ago about one celestial member by name Akim Kende who accused his shepherd of collecting his land property, and the shepherd refused to hand over the property, the document, back to him? This case was reported first on a camera on Tugba FM 100.9 at Ikorodu, Lagos, before CRC was contacted. What Akim Kende said was that the shepherd informed him that the place where he bought the land, there are witches and wizards in that area, and he needed to do some spiritual consultation. In that regard, the shepherd requested that he submit all the landed property relating to that particular land, and so he can start prayer consultation at the altar with the document of the land. So we don't know how shepherd is going to consult the witches and wizards or consult God to make sure that Akim wouldn't have problem on the land. But eventually, since then, Akim have not been able to collect his property document from the shepherd. This has been ongoing for some couple of years. At least it's about 7 years ago that the property that belongs to Akim have not been returned back to him by his shepherd. And Akim, having passed through a lot of sickness that almost took his life, he had dialogue, he had consulted, he has asked from the shepherd. The shepherd insisted that that land was given to him, and as a result, he cannot give it back to Akim. However, Akim discovered, because the shepherd told Akim that he has built land, he has built a house on the property, and Akim insisted that he had an uncompleted building on the land. However, there was no document, there is no deal of gift, there is no any documentation that was done between Akim and his shepherd. So there is no evidence that Akim gifted the shepherd. So, but the shepherd, why he was persuaded, and a lot of consultation was on between Akim, the shepherd, and the presenter of a camera program on Tugba FM. You know what happened? They requested from the shepherd by name Olusho Joshua of CCC I Am That I Am Parish at Bariga in Lagos, that he should submit the document. The shepherd admit that yes, this land belongs to Akim, and he agreed that he's going to submit the document of the land back to Akim. However, let me just read through. There was an agreement that was signed. This agreement was signed on 14th of June 2025. And it was written in Yoruba though, so I may not be able to read appropriately, but I posted the agreement on CRC, and people who can understand Yoruba will be able to get it. So let me try. Èyí ni àdéhùn tó wà láàrin ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akim Ọlálékan Kẹ́hìndé àti olùṣọ́ Prophet Ọládìméjì Ayọ̀délé Joshua wípé àkọ́kọ́, kò sí àríyànjiyàn mọ́ láàrin àwọn méjèèjì nípa ilé tó ń fa wàhálà láàrin wọn. Èkejì, lẹ́yìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ awuyewuye láàrin àwọn méjèèjì pẹ̀lú ìdásí àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n, olùṣọ́ Ọládìméjì Ayọ̀délé Joshua gbà láti gbẹ́sẹ̀ kúrò lórí dúkìá náà. Ẹ̀kẹta, wípé pẹ̀lú gbígbà láàrin àwọn méjèèjì wípé olùṣọ́ ló ní òrùlé ilé pẹ̀lú mímọ̀ nípa àwọn ayálégbé. Síbẹ̀, olùṣọ́ pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ ìjókòó gbà láti mọ̀ nípa jíjáde àwọn ayálégbé àti bí gbogbo ètò yóò ti tò. Ẹ̀kẹrin, láìsí àríyànjiyàn, olùṣọ́ gbà wípé ìwé ilé àti ilẹ̀ wà láàrin lọ́wọ́ àwọn, àti wípé olùṣọ́ sọ wípé àwọn yóò gbé ìwé ọ̀hún wá ní ọjọ́ Tuesday 22nd of July 2025. ìwé náà yóò di àdópéjúgbà, yóò di àjọpéjúgbà láàrin gbogbo àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ onípẹ̀tù sí ìdánwò náà. Ẹ̀karùn-ún, olùṣọ́ gbà wípé bí àwọn bá kọ̀ láti gbé ìwé ọ̀hún wá, ìgbésẹ̀ tó hùn tí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ bá gbé yóò tẹ́ àwọn lọ́rùn. Gbogbo àdéhùn yìí àtúnsọ àti àsọlẹ̀ lórí sẹ́yìn. Anyway, I'm sorry. So I want to sign, the people that signed this document is Olusho Joshua Oladele, the shepherd himself, Akim Olalekan Kehinde, the parishioner who accused his shepherd of collecting his landed property, and Akpeno Tajuddin Oluwo Shafiriyu Adenike Raji AMO Abiye Mosumola Noah Aregbeshola, and it was signed in the presence of Alhaji Ibrahim Adeshola Aremu Akamara. Okay, that's the presenter of the radio program. Olùṣọ́ yóò mú ẹnìkan lọ́wọ́ láti jẹ́ olùjẹ́rìí sí àdéhùn yìí. So this is the signature of all the people that signed this agreement, and this is the agreement that was signed. It was signed on the 14th of June 2025, and the agreement was that the shepherd is going to return all the landed property document and return the property of Akim, his parishioner. So, but since then, shepherd promised on the 22nd of July he's going to return that property. The shepherd refused to return in fact, as I am doing this video, the shepherd has not returned the document. The shepherd insists that he needed to be paid. So the bone of contention is that when he got the document, Akim claimed he had an uncompleted building on the land. The shepherd completed that building. The shepherd built another building on the same portion of land, and the shepherd rented the whole apartment out to tenants, collected the money in his pocket without even getting approval or consent from Akim. Let's hear what the shepherd said when they asked him, Olusho, why didn't you bring the landed property like you have agreed and you have signed, you have penned your signature? This is what Olusho has to say.
Mo kàn fẹ́ gbọ́n tí òun gan fún ara ẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ ni mo dẹ̀ ti gbọ́, mo ti rí pọ́ǹtì dìmọ́ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ pé ìṣe ni mo fẹ́ yàwó òun lójú òun take gbogbo action tó ń take ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ní kó mú proof síta, kò rí proof. So ìṣe ló dùn mí pé ẹ fárí apá kan ẹ̀dá apá kan sí. I'm sorry o, nítorí sáìdì tiẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ń wò èyí tèmi tébù ẹ̀ wò ẹlẹ́mi ò mẹ́jọ yẹn wà. Now bí nǹkan ò bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kì í ṣe agree pé máa gbé ìwé ẹ̀ fún, èmi mo sọ fún yín pé máa gbé ìwé ẹ̀ fún.
Dẹ́ngbé fún.
Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tí inú ẹ̀ dùn ló fún mi nílé yẹn.
Ó dẹ̀ lóògùn fún ẹ.
Tí mo dẹ̀ ń kọ́lé sórí òun mọ̀ kò ṣẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ bá wa sí ń bí. Kò sí Àrẹ̀mú Adéṣọlá ń bẹ̀, Àkàmàrà kò sí ń bẹ̀. Nígbà tó ń ṣe bàbá akọrin chọ́ọ̀chì mi, then tínú ẹ̀ dùn nínú ìràpadà tọ́lọ́run rà padà, then nínú ògo tọ́lọ́run ṣe fún ẹni tó ń dín lójú ó kọ́lé mẹ́ta ni mo bá ṣí níbí. Ṣó ti yẹ yín sìn, ìyẹn ò ṣe bídì, inú ẹ̀ dùn ló gbé fún mi. Ṣùgbọ́n nísìn ó lóun fẹ́ gba agree kó lọ access nǹkan tó wà lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn, kó wo kí ló ilé yẹn worth, kó fún mi lówó ẹ̀, kò lè gba ilẹ̀ kó tún gba ilé yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń lò nílẹ̀ Olùṣọ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ sí lára àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kábà ní ẹ fẹ́ jogún bàbá yín, kò ń ṣe fámìlì yín òǹkọ́ ló bí yín, ó wà láyé kò tí ì kú, ó gbélé ẹ gba ìwé ilẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ lẹ́fẹ́ gbàdọ̀, ó dẹ̀ ní kẹ́ gbé ìwé ilẹ̀ ń fóun, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ story kó lọ ẹ̀dẹ̀ gba tenant sílé. So ẹjọ́ òun ṣe tẹni ká má mọ̀ dá. This case